discouraging was it the second play of training camp to leave? Were you worried at all initially that it might be something more serious?
Yeah, obviously initially it's discouraging, but I kind of talked to Mike about it, and really the perspective you have to have is everything happens for a reason. When something like that happens, kind of the way Mike described it, it's like, all right, what if you start off the season in the first game you don't get any sacks? How are you going to react? So similar situation. Obviously, I couldn't control that, and how you respond is really kind of what defines you. So yeah, took it in stride and attacked my rehab and everything, and I'm feeling good. So.
They didn't put you on any sort of like pitch count or something today.
No, I was full go, bro. Out of there, working.
Things about the Fangio defense that maximize edge players in your mind. What's been your impression of that?
I think the biggest thing is obviously the work the back end does, because without the back end, we really don't have any chance to pass rush. And so, just being cohesive, playing together, and marrying, like I said, the coverage with the pass rush and the linebackers and everything, I think that's going to be key for us, and that's something I've definitely noticed so far.
Jaelan, is there more? Do you feel like there's more communication between you guys and the back end, kind of what you guys are doing and how the front mixes with coverage? And do you feel like there's more responsibility for you guys to be on the same page with mixed defenses compared to what you guys have done in the past?
I think it's always important to marry the rush, and really to marry the whole entire defense together. In terms of communication, like they have a lot of things going on, so it would blow my mind to even try to think about communicating about the coverage and stuff unless, obviously I'm involved in it. And so I think just communication as a whole is really good. And, pre-play or when we're, getting in the huddle and we're talking and stuff, like we have definitely a good bond and, a lot of good communication between us.
You set the goal last year of improving against the run, so they trust you as an every down player. You accomplished that. Checking off the list. What's next on the list this year? This goal of what I need to be better at this year.
I think just turning those pressures into sacks. I think that's the biggest thing. Obviously numbers at the end of the day don't really show the big picture, and I'm not chasing numbers, but ultimately the more sacks I have, the better it is for the team, and so ultimately that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I've met Zach Thomas before, and he's just a very wise guy. Obviously, he's someone who's done it and done it at a very high level. So it's definitely cool to kind of pick his brain and just hear what his mentality and mindset is with everything. Absolutely. I think everybody who plays this game does. So I want to win a Super Bowl first, though. That's more important.
Mm-hmm. Did Zach talk to you guys at all today about? He kind of delivered some words when he was speaking with the media about the opportunity that this team has. Did he talk to you guys at all while he was here?
Yeah, I mean, he just kind of relayed to us that it all starts on this practice field, like how you come every day, how you take care of yourself as a professional, how you take care of your teammates, everything like that. That all matters. And so that's what we're really trying to do. Just come out here every day, take it day by day, and attack.
In what ways are you working on your physical conditioning just to ensure that you're at your peak level this year?
Yeah, I think I'm always just doing more than what's required of me. I obviously always doing my workouts, but trying to get extra conditioning in, making sure my diet's on point, making sure my hydration is on point, all of that. And then obviously when practice comes around, football shape is something that you can't get into unless you're playing football and playing football at a high effort level. And so that's what we try to do.
What's the level of excitement with pads tomorrow?
Oh, I'm excited. I've been waiting. I thought we were going to be in pads today, but I was wrong. But I think it just it raises the physicality of everything. And so it's going to be fun. We're going to go out there, bang around a little bit, hopefully put on a good show for the fans, for you guys.
Dealing with the weather, the heat, has it been affecting you all mentally?
I wish it were hotter.
Yeah, it hasn't been hot till today, right?
I mean, yeah, the last 2 days we had some nice cloud cover, so that sun come out and it's a different animal for sure. But ultimately, I think that mantra that we live by, that I wish it were hotter, everything's a mentality. When we had the Bills game last year and I went out there shirtless, like it wasn't to go out there and flaunt my muscles, do shit like that. Like, obviously it kind of looked corny to some people, but whatever. For me, it was having that mentality of I'm not going to be affected by the weather regardless, and I think that's the mentality you have to have at all times. So that's what we try to embody.
I always think that's crazy when guys go out there shirtless. What is that like? Does it allow you to adjust your body to the cold?
I mean, I think it's more of a mentality thing. Like, regardless, you're going to be cold, but it's how you deal with the cold. And I think my whole life, I try to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and that's what it is with training. That's what it is with recovery, with cold toes, with all that stuff. And so I think, something I also live by is like how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so, I can't be out here busting my ass and then not be able to translate that onto the field or into my personal life, things like that. So, yeah, that's kind of what I try to live by.
I wanted to ask you a question. What is your body fat percentage?
10%.
You got a couple of musicians. You dabble in music too a little bit, right?
Yeah, I definitely do.
What do you think of Duke with this new one coming out?
He got a good one right there. You know what I'm saying? He's flowing a little bit, he's singing a little bit, he's doing his thing. It's professional. That's what I'll say. Because I'm an engineer, so I mean that's kind of how I look at it, regardless of substance. I mean, obviously, music is subjective. So whatever your opinion is on the song, I just look at the quality of the sounds, and I think it's really professional, really high quality.